What's up, fight fans? We are back. More Death Games. Holy shit. The eve of 4th of July. 250 years ago, they had a big day. They were probably planning it. Anyway, wizard on wizard action. Dallas, how you feeling? Welcome back.
Oh, dude, I love being in Davenport, and I love that we're coming up on the 250th year anniversary for America. But there's nothing more American than a country wizard. Look at him go. Whew.
Man, I just practiced spells and doing magic and growing up and throwing fireballs. Man, I think it's going to be good. You know what I'm saying? We got two people competing under the wizard fighting style, and that's always interesting to see. It's kind of a rare sight, there's been times in the past where this has been pretty consequential for, the very fabric of the reality of the universe. I mean, this isn't simple shit when these two wielders of magic are going to collide.
No, and the fact that we're doing it on such a big holiday generates a lot of power. So there's no telling what kind of mystic and evil things we'll see tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt that this is Country Wizard's White House card.
Yeah, no, easily.
He's
It's not often we don't get wizard on wizard violence much, but when we do, it's a sight to behold.
And then we get to our competitor, acknowledging Country Wizard here for a second, but
a bit of a coward. He didn't die. He tapped out, is all I'm saying. Bit of a coward.
Making his second Death Games appearance after a pretty devastating loss to Brandon Bones. My God, striking exchange now. And are we
real
first televised
ladies
submission
and gentlemen,
into the tags? He doesn't give a fuck. Both laying there, both hurting, both bleeding, both getting stabbed.
Jimmy Jenkins wanting to live another day.
Does Jimmy Jenkins want to live?
Die.
Tapping into the thumbtacks, arms full of tags, face full of tags, bleeding after losing. My God, rolling through.
Crowd hates him. You hear those boos? Boo!
This guy tapped out into thumbtacks, so I can at least respect his willingness to live, I suppose.
I mean, perseverance, I guess, I will say. I agree with you, but, I mean, come on, man. Now, you gotta just take it all the way.
Now, if you haven't seen this guy's first match, it's a pretty underground one, It was for real Death Games fans, so, no sweat if you didn't see it, but, a purist would have. But in that match, Jimmy Jenkins did display some supernatural abilities as well, and in the preliminary exhibitions that happened off camera, Country Wizard definitely proved himself using some magic as well. And we're very excited to debut our new cell tonight, by the way.
I think it's only fitting that we come into here with the cell and chew wizards to start off the match.
Oh, he's wiggling already. This is kind of what made him famous.
The very first wizard is the one that cast that seal upon our ring, and we haven't really been able to get it off.
Some say
every
he's
once
still
in a while.
in there.
Yeah, every once in a while we see someone get sucked into the center of the ring, like their whole gear, body, everything. We don't know what happens to them.
These guys displaying some insane groundwork right now. There was some ground and pound early. There were some sweeps. They're reversing. Oh, wow, big knee set.
On the streets of New York,
I
heard a lot of people saying that wizards wrestle, and that's just a common known fact.
Dude, wizards wrestle all over the place. You're talking New York, you're talking Miami, you're talking Hogwarts. I mean, dude, up and down the East Coast. Big whisper in the wind from the Country Wizard.
Setting up. Ooh.
Big roll up.
Slick reversal. Jimmy Jenkins trying to come out very strong tonight, I will say. Maybe a redemption arc is what he's trying to go for. Country Wizard's no joke, though. He ain't backing down.
As different as these two guys are, you can't help but think that they're also very, very similar at the same time. And clearly, Jimmy Jenkins, pink hair, face paint craziness. Country Wizard, a more classic approach, a more southern approach. But both these guys are wizards. Both these guys from the deep south, and both these guys slugging it out in the middle of the ring right now. So who do you think is going to actually overcome the fact that they're basically staring into a mirror right now?
It's funny you mentioned mirrors. One time I got trapped in one. It was about 72 minutes. I hated it.
And was it because of one of these wizards?
I wouldn't know. Whoever did it was wearing a cape.
You see, this is the types of things that you have to keep an eye out for. Big springboard from Jimmy Jenkins now.
Ooh.
You can't help but think that there's
Jimmy
a chip on
Jenkins
his
lining
shoulder.
him up.
Wow, I have never seen his face paint so dilapidated. Ooh, big enziguri out of the leg catch. My God, they're just duking it out. Jimmy Jenkins putting on a striking display.
Yeah, he's seeming to gain the momentum, and he's not. He's not stopping. Ooh.
You know, I think he both wants to prove himself as a wizard here, but also to avenge the loss because, you know, you don't have many surviving losers in death games, clearly. Oh, wow, big knees to the gut.
You know, you talk about survivors of death games. Big shout out to Owlman. Only man to ever tap out for 5 matches.
Oh, yeah, big shout out to Owlman. We actually wanted to have him on contract, but he asked me for $48 billion. And I can understand that he has a little bit of animosity towards us, but you know, wishing Owlman all the best. Big super kick from Jimmy Jenkins. And he's in the
Jimmy
corner
Jenkins
now, setting up
charging
something
it up.
magical. Oh my God, big stomp.
Ooh. The country wizard seeming to just shrug it off.
But you ain't gonna stomp
throwing
me,
Jimmy Jenkins to the side of the.
You ain't gonna
goodness.
stomp me right goddamn now, bud.
I'll tell you one thing, bud. You come in this ring, I'll kill you.
Come on, Dick.
Let me show you something, Dick. Oh,
wow, they're just slugging it out now. Only the way two
Jimmy said,
Southern
"I'll show you
Wizards
something."
can. Goodness. Wow. Big punch from Jimmy Jenkins.
Jimmy Jenkins seeming to have the momentum on his side.
Now,
huge slam up against the cage.
Now, as these guys engage in strikes here in the cell, I think it's a good time to get into the history of the Wizards here in Death Games. You know, clearly starting with the original Wizard, who was simply known as the Wizard, and he had a cape and magical powers. And he was immense in Death Games, giving Death Dad a big run for his money during the legendary streak of Death Dad years and years ago. Oh, wow, big power bomb up on the cell.
Second one.
As Dallas touched on earlier, upon the Wizards' defeat, he was burned into the very symbol that is the Death Games ring symbol in the middle there. And ever since, there have been Wizards trying to obtain the level of power that he had. And, you know, there was possibilities for life after death. You know, there was all sorts of things. But we haven't really seen a Wizard be able to really... Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Talk about caliber. Jimmy Jenkins displaying his nature of the dark arts, kind of as a tribute to the Wizard himself. Oh, cut you! That ain't gonna work on me, Dick.
Oh wow! Big.
Oh, but that might.
Wow.
A bit of a physical attack.
He's setting it up now. Jimmy Jenkins, in his second Death Games appearance, does not intend to lose. Ooh. Oh wow.
Ah, damn, slapping the soul out of Country Wizard.
There's some mystic energy being shot around. Now, you know, notice that green spirit energy. That is the same energy that the initial Wizard used. Notice the green in the center of the ring that he is just being planted into. Oh, wow. What's happening?
Wow.
I couldn't see for a second. My God, what's happening? Oh, I'm going to choke you, Dick.
Yeah, you better submit, Dick. Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow. Is that a
Jimmy Jenkins
burning
going
hammer?
for another
wow.
one.
Oh, whoa.
Sending the soul of the Country Wizard through the portal.
Straight to the original Wizard. My God. Now, this was a technical masterpiece. You know, there was some magic involved near the end, as you can see there. But for the most part, these guys were just duking it out. You know, respect to the Country Wizard. You know, he had some exhibition wins in the preliminary phases as he earned his title. But, you know, I don't think he could stack up against a guy who has already, you know, he has experience. You know, it's a rare thing to have experience in Death Games as a loser at all. But, you know, to kind of be at the level that he was, I think just getting one Death Games match in ahead of him, I think is what allowed him to eke it out. You know, these guys are very similar. Rest in peace, the Country Wizard, Dick.
I couldn't think of a more fitting ending to the Country Wizard. Can I call dibs on his ATV? Who's got that?
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to get that out of here. I don't know how we're gonna wheel that out of here. Anyway, congratulations on Jimmy Jenkins rectifying that loss. Excited to see what he's doing moving forward.